My boyfriend chose my bully sister on our first mating day. By dawn, a stranger had saved me, claimed me, and left a hidden mark on my neck. Now I stand before ruthless AlphaGideon as his chosen bride, while he asks why I was marked. How long can I hide the truth? A few days later, I stood in front of my mirror. I pulled my nightshirt away from where my shoulder met my neck. My bite mark was already healed. That was remarkably fast. I touched the smooth skin in disbelief. There was now no visible indication of what had happened under the mating moon. I knew the mark was still there, but it was sealed inside and invisible to others. If only I could reach out and find the man who had mated with me. However, since my wolf was dormant, I also could not sense my mate through the bond. I had no way to find him or communicate with him. I didn't even know what he looked like. Today was the mating ball where the nightwolf alpha would choose his mate. I needed to find someone to accept me by the end of today, or my father would kill me to save face. A commotion rose from down below, and I lifted my head from my knees, listening. AlphaGideon is about to arrive. I heard my stepmother snap. Finish the preparations. Zara's tone was tense and fearful. It was time for me to leave, but when I stood and tried to leave my room, the door lock clicked loudly. From the other side, I heard Zara laughing. No one want you anyway. You might as well just wait for death, dear sister. Gideon's POV. It was the day of the mate selection. Paperwork, unfortunately, was not enough to occupy my mind these days. Still no sign of that girl from that night? I snapped. Apologies, Alpha. Tegan replied carefully, no new marked women have been reported in any pack I searched. I tapped my fingers on the seat and frowned. Within me, my wolf was pacing in aggravation. Keep finding her. At all cost. Tegan flinched at my response but said nothing as the car rolled to a stop at the Silvermoon Ceremony Hall. I stepped out of the car and straightened my jacket. There was a group of women standing near the door, eyeing me appreciatively. I spared no more attention to any of them while I strode towards where the old Alpha of Silvermoon was waiting. AlphaGideon, the old Alpha, nodded his head in greeting over our clasped forearms. I am honored to welcome you to this hall, Alpha Leon. I nodded brusquely in return. I understand there was a rogue incursion here a few nights ago. Have you been able to make any way into locating them? The old man's face took on a distant, wary expression. No, we haven't located that. We've had some other incidents that have required our focus. Then I suggest you focus on that, I ground out, and stop causing trouble that I will have to clean up. If his pack had been patrolling properly, my mate would not have been almost attacked. My wolf might be less angry, and I might not need to claim her right there in the forest to calm my wolf. The awkward moment passed, and formalities resumed, but I had already checked out. The sooner I got out of here, the sooner I could resume my search for her. In the middle of what felt like an endless parade of Silvermoon's eligible mates, one of the men in the crowd approached. I'm Cohen, the Gamma of the pack, AlphaGideon, he said. I am responsible for organizing this mating ball. Which matches are you most interested in so far? I glanced at all the girls in the room and crossed my arms. No big difference. I don't really care. Anyone will do. Before I take volunteers, however, you need to know I paused. I won't mark anyone I choose today. Prepared for that. But the tradition Alpha Leon hesitated. The tradition doesn't force me to mark anyone. Just marriage, I cut his words before he could finish. I have a marked mate already. Now the room was filled with apprehension and wary glances. I was glad. It was better if no one volunteered anyways. So anyone will do. I turned to the Gamma who spoke to me earlier. Maybe your daughter? Oh she's mated to Ryan already. So the Gamma clearly panicked and stuttered. Father, how could you forget about Avery? One of the girls walked to the front and turned around to face me. AlphaGideon, I'm Zara, the Gamma daughter of the pack. Forgive my father for neglecting to mention that I also have a sister. She admires you a lot, but she isn't here because she hasn't been feeling well lately. Maybe you'd like to meet her? She continued, but there was something to her smile that made me feel like she was scheming something vicious. Still, all women except my fated mate were all the same to me. Fine. Bring her to me. The key turning in my door seemed obscenely loud. When Zara stepped in, her face bore a haughty and pleased expression. My stomach sank. This wouldn't be good. Lucky you. You get to live a little longer, she informed me, dumping a pile of clothing onto the bed. Your marriage has been decided. So, they had found some unlucky but obliging wolf to foist me onto. I tried to stir up an emotion, but all I felt was relief that I wasn't going to die. Until she told me who it was. You will marry AlphaGideon. Zara crowed triumphantly. A flare of panic raced through me. My fingers trembled where they gripped the blankets. It can't be. The man is ruthless. I might as well die anyways. Zara looked at my pale face and laughed. Oh yes, you're the only woman he would agree to marry. She stepped to the bed where I sat and pulled me to my feet. Get up, bride-to-be. It's your lucky day, she sneered. I clutched at Zara's arm frantically as she hauled me up. Zara, if he discovers that I was marked, he will kill me, I pleaded. Actually, he won't mark you because he has a marked mate already. Who knows what happened to her? I bet you will enjoy all the drama. My stepsister laughed in my face, and if he still finds out you were marked, just kill yourself before he tortures you to death. Zara snatched my hairbrush from my dresser and began attacking the knots in my hair. She twisted my hair up into a pile on top of my head and secured it with a clip. Then she held out a formal dress from the pile of clothing she'd brought. Get dressed. Your fiancé is waiting, and he doesn't look like a patient man. When she was done preparing me, I didn't recognize the woman staring at me in the mirror. I had always preferred simple styles that weren't so flashy. A dress like this was not something I would ever have chosen for myself. None of this was. Zara surveyed her handiwork with satisfaction. Well, no one will mistake who you're intended for. She smirked. Let's go. I blinked at the sunshine as we stepped out of the house. Already it felt like ages since I'd felt the sun on my face and the breeze on my skin. I would have rejoiced more in my freedom if it didn't feel like I was headed to my funeral. The path to the ceremony hall was lined with members of the pack. I saw Lillian, a friend of mine, staring at me worriedly. Avery! Lillian rushed to my side as we passed. Are you sure you want to do this? She whispered. I was touched by her concern. I hugged her tightly instead, trying to put all of my gratitude and friendship into the embrace, and then kept walking. Smart human Zara laughed at me under her breath as we continued on. Keeping your mouth shut. Let the wolves do the talking, A familiar man stepped into our path. Seeing his handsome figure sent a pang of ice through my heart. Ryan squared his shoulders and stared at me with disdain as we approached. How quickly you've changed, Avery, he said in a snide, cold voice. It took no time at all for you to cling to another alpha. Well, you would know all about betrayal. I snapped back. If anyone's trust was misplaced, it was clearly mine. I glanced between him and Zara. Congratulations, you two really are perfect for each other. Ryan's jaw clenched and he looked away guiltily. Zara snorted. Oh, don't let her fool you with that innocent bullshit. She's no helpless victim. She ran her fingers underneath the lapels of Ryan's jacket and leaned into him to whisper. She was so desperate to get back at you that she allowed someone else to mark her. What? Ryan roared and reached for me. I tried to pivot away, but he snatched at the high collar of my dress and yanked it roughly. The delicate silk and beadwork was no match at all for the Alpha Air's strength. My dress tore to my collarbone, exposing my neck. Wait, the mark is gone, Ryan questioned. She healed this fast? Zara seemed to be surprised too, grasping my neck even harder. Suddenly, the pain abated and Zara's grip loosened. I looked up to see a large, dark form looming over us, silhouetted by the setting sun. Something familiar about him. I could not see his face at first, but his alpha aura was menacingly palpable as he pushed Ryan and Zara away with a casual shove. The stranger turned to face me, and I was struck by his handsome appearance. I should thank him. Thank you, I started to say, but the man cut me off. So you are my chosen bride, his eyes narrowed. But why did I hear something about you being marked?